Now your 19 First Alert forecast.
Good afternoon. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We like to take a look at our weather picture about this time every day. And the weather picture on your screen right now is cold. The sun is out just like it was yesterday, but doesn't mean we're getting all that warm. I believe it was supposed to be warmer today than yesterday. Let me check our temperature, 36 degrees. So we do actually have a little bit of a thaw going on. We're going to welcome in, as we always do, 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts. Sam, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Boy, 36 looks, suntan lotion weather compared to what we've been using.
Seriously, it's been a cold month. 36 is essentially right where we should be this time of the year. So it doesn't feel too bad. I know it felt really cold this morning, but it feels a little better now as long as you're like standing in direct sun. But of course it's windy, so it feels a little colder than the actual air temperature, unfortunately.
And we have First Alert weather days that we'll get to in a bit, but let's walk through at least the rest of the day before we take that break.
So we've had a little snow today. This came through, mid to late morning. We had some snow early this morning. Most of that has come to an end, although we do have some light snow around the islands and out over the lake and across parts of Seneca, Ottawa, and Sandusky counties. That looks like it's trying to drift out over the lake, but I'm a little concerned that after 5, with this Arctic front moving through, we could get another burst of snow, or actually a few bursts of snow between, we'll say 5 or 6 through about midnight, depending on where you live. And that could create some slick spots on the roads. We are above freezing, so that can help, but it's been very cold, so, heavy snow can generally overcome warmer temps. So we'll see what happens with these squalls coming through. I do think they could create a few travel headaches, even though it is above freezing. So just kind of something to keep in mind if you are going to be out this evening. Could definitely be some visibility issues with that.
Alrighty, with that, we're going to take a quick break because we've got a lot to talk to you about the upcoming weekend. Friday is a First Alert weather day. It could mean another school either delay or cancellation on Friday. We'll just have to wait and see, but we'll be right back. And as we come back, again, another live look at our First Alert network of cameras out there all over from downtown to down to Oberlin and even out east in Madison. We're going to bring back in 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts. Sam, I think that is the lowest number I have seen on any 7-day forecast really this winter season. Anytime you see a -2 actual temperature, that's what I call not messing around time.
Yeah, not very often that we forecast negative temps here. It does happen from time to time. It's usually the wind chill that's below 0 because we have so much cloud cover here, so that can keep things a little bit milder sometimes at night. And by milder this time of the year, I just mean above 0. So we're going to go with -2 on Saturday morning. I was a little bit aggressive, and I'll tell you why. We're obviously going to have snow on the ground, which I think is going to, help to keep things even colder at night. There's some data to support going even colder than 2 below. But I think the worst part of all this will just be, how it feels outside. So on Friday, the air temperature starts at 15 and then it drops over the course of the day. So in the afternoon, we could be, close to 10 degrees or even colder than that. And it's going to be windy too. So it may feel later in the day, Friday, as if it's as cold as 20 below or even colder than that. So we're going to have to watch that very closely. The record for Saturday morning is 19 below. So I don't think it will get quite that cold. Our coldest all-time temperature happened, it was a few days ago. I think it was Monday, 1994, and it was like -20. So nothing that extreme, but it could feel that cold. So that's why we've issued the alert. As far as school closures and delays, in the morning, the wind chill will be closer to 5 below, so maybe they don't end up canceling. I'm not really sure. It'll be colder in the afternoon, so, sending kids home in that, we don't make those decisions here, but it looks very, very cold Friday afternoon. And the weekend, even though it's not going to be super windy, I do think the wind chill, Dan, will generally stay below zero for most of the weekend, at least until Sunday afternoon. So just plan for like a long stretch of really cold weather here.
And I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Can you give us a little look at Sunday and the snow potential? I know there's potential for there to be a huge storm south of us. How much of that are we going to get?
Yeah, so it kind of depends on the track. So I have a couple of maps here. This is our just one of our forecast models. And this is the weekend. We'll kind of zip through here. So this is Saturday afternoon. And at that point, they could be dealing with significant icing in places like Huntsville, Atlanta. I mean, that would shut Atlanta down for probably several days because after the storm moves through, it's going to be incredibly cold down there. Northern Mississippi, northern Louisiana, parts of Arkansas. I mean, we kind of scoff, I think, sometimes when they get bad weather down there, bad winter weather, because we're like, oh, come on, guys, it's nothing. But they just don't really have the infrastructure to support our kind of weather up here. So this is Saturday afternoon, no snow in Cleveland. I have the forecast dry Saturday in Cleveland, at least until late Saturday night. Then you can see that snow starts to creep farther north. Now, this forecast model brings the snow really far northwest, like even into Chicago. It's all going to depend on the track of the system. We'll see. This is Sunday morning at 8 o'clock. And, a lot of data does show this kind of scenario where they see snow across parts of the South. They get significant ice in other areas. They get rain closer to the coastline. So here for us, it's still snowing, potentially several hours of snow. So, we'll see. Again, it all depends on where the track sets up. I would say a conservative estimate for snow totals on Sunday would be around 3 to 6 inches, and a more aggressive approach would be like 4 to 8 or even around 10 inches, depending on where the storm goes. So a lot to iron out between now and then. I think, at least as things stand right now, it will be cold enough through the entire column of air that we will end up seeing snow and not any of the sleet or ice. But stay tuned because it's only Wednesday, so a lot can change between now and then.
Yeah, I think we need a break. So let's hope that thing stays south for all of us. Excellent. 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.
Okay, thanks, Dan.
All right,
see
take care. We do have 3.5 hours of news and First Alert weather coming up at 3 o'clock. And with that Sunday storm, the more data they get in, the later the newscast you watch, by tomorrow, by Friday, should really have a decent idea of what Sunday is shaping up, because could be bad, could be nothing. Just need to get a little more data in and let our team analyze that. We hope to see you at 3 o'clock on Channel 19. Until then, I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News. Have a great afternoon.